boys and girls, sometimes in the winter, it's a little bit hard to find naturally growing fruit that's local, right? It's kind of hard to grow fruit in the wintertime. So one thing that you can always do is go to dried fruit. Now, dried fruit is a little bit challenging because some companies like to pack it full of sugar. One thing that I absolutely love is when they flavor dried fruit with natural concentrated juice because it keeps the vitamins and minerals right in the dried fruit. So we're gonna go see the dried cranberries, but before we do you remember last year when we talked about where cranberries came from? Now, the other cool thing about cranberries is how they grow. In the eastern United States, in a place called Massachusetts, there are these places called cranberry bogs. Now, the reason they call them bogs is because when cranberries grow on the ground, they're attached to little plants. But instead of going to pick out each little cranberry and stepping on the other ones around, they actually use something called water harvesting. What they do is they fill these little cranberry places with lots and lots of water. And before they know it, the cranberries float to the top of the water and they can simply be picked up with a machine. So they call it water harvesting and cranberry bogs. The cranberry blossom is so beautiful. Check this out. Now, the Pilgrims thought the cranberry bush actually looked like a crane, like a bird with a long beak, right? What do you think? Do they look similar? Well, whether they do or not, that's how they got its name. And cranberries are actually one of the berries that are grown here in America. So it's kind of fun to support foods that are grown here in America. And you know they're always close to where you are. Now, cranberries usually come, you know, in those beautiful little round things. But sometimes when we get them in dried fruits, we have to be careful because they can be packed with sugar. And one handful of cranberries can have up to 30 grams of sugar. But here's an alternative. Some companies have had dried cranberries and actually flavor them with concentrated apple juice. It's so amazing. Not only does it keep the flavor so good and the tartness, oh my gosh, it just tastes completely different when it keeps those vitamins and minerals instead of packing sugar into dried fruit. So remember, every time you buy dried fruit, look for the best kind, not with added sugar, but maybe with concentrated juice to keep those vitamins and minerals there. Cranberries are amazing because they're one of the fruits, or dried fruits, that have vitamin E, which is super good for your skin and everything inside of you. So remember this week, try to get cranberries any way you can. Put them in a trail mix. Put them on top of your oatmeal. Add them to a cereal. When you're baking muffins, throw them in. Add them to a smoothie or just eat them plain. They're so delicious. Easy to pack in your snack bag for school, for a sports class, anything you can. But get cranberries in your diet this week. And join me in the other room for yoga. So just like the cranberry, there's actually a pose in yoga called the crane pose. It's kind of fun. We're gonna start out with making our hands really long like a bird's beak. Okay, so I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see this. And the breath we're gonna start out with today is called the bird's beak breath. Try to say that fast 3 times, right? So all we're gonna do is we're gonna inhale, bring our hands all the way up. And exhale, bring it forward. Nice, try it again. Inhale up. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Nice work, way to go. That's a good stretch for the spine and the back, isn't it? Okay, so in order to do crane pose, right, all we're gonna do is start by coming into frog pose. We're gonna turn our feet to the side, kind of like frog feet, and then all we're gonna do is slowly come down and balance right here. Now, everyone's body is made a little bit differently. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see. It might be a little too intense for you to put your heels on the floor here, right? Some people can go like this. Some people have to stay more like this. Find whatever works best for you and for your body, what feels comfortable. But what we're gonna do is breathe here for 5 counts and just stretch, okay? So what you're gonna do is take the outside of the arms and you're gonna push on that leg. So it kind of invites the leg to open up a little bit and to stretch. Take the other arm and do the same. Then put the hands together so you can feel that tension between both and you're getting a good stretch between the legs, okay? 5 deep breaths here, inhale. Try to get that breath all the way into the back. so you can feel the rib cage expand. Good, 3 more. Nice job. Now already I can feel my calf muscles working by helping me to balance. I can feel my inner thigh muscles stretching, and I can feel my back working. So notice what parts of your body are already helping to support this pose. Okay, now to move into crane pose, all we're going to do is put our hands down, and since your arms are already by the insides of the legs, you're just going to try to lean on them. Now if you have to adjust the arms, you want to try and move the knees a little bit closer to the arms. Now, even if you get just here, this is perfect, right? Stay here. You're already getting a good stretch in the back, in the hips. You're getting a good kind of a exercise holding the weight of your body with the arms. Now, if you get to the point where you feel like you can lift off one foot, good, go ahead and stay there. Big deep breaths. Now, if you feel like you can balance enough, go ahead and lift off the other foot. Now I want you to be careful that you don't have anything in front of you that you're going to hit with your head. So be really careful, okay? Because that can be painful. So yeah, try it again. So this time, if you had the right foot come up, leave the right foot down and lift the left foot up. Now breathe here, inhale. Good, drop it down. Now, we're going to come onto our knees. And we're going to do cat and dog. Do you remember this one? So we drop the belly, inhale, and we exhale, arch the back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Good, big deep breaths. Now, what we're going to do next is a little balance, and then we'll try a crane pose on the other side. You're going to take your right hand out and your left leg back. So by doing opposite sides of the body, you're engaging both sides of the brain, right? So this is a good challenge to help your brain get focused. So we're going to keep reaching both sides. Reach the right hand forward, the left leg goes back. Okay, here's another challenge. Just for 5 counts, we're going to bring it up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice job. Okay, let's try the other side. So the left hand reaches all the way out, then the right leg comes back. Now point and reach in opposite directions to get a good stretch. And then let's add that challenge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Nice job. Okay, when you're ready, I'm going to turn to the other side and we'll try crane pose on the other side. Okay, now remember how we get into it? We come to frog pose, bring our feet out just a bit, and then the insides of our arms come between the legs. We put our hands together to create a little bit of tension, which pushes the legs out. Okay, we'll be here for 5 breaths. Inhale. Good, pay attention to where it's stretching. I can already tell 2 places that are getting a really good stretch. Good, just notice yourself, what parts of your body are reacting to this pose. Last one. Good, now place your hands directly down. Now notice your arms are already kind of bent, creating a little bit of a shelf for your legs to rest on. So all we're going to do is bend forward a little bit. Now you might notice you need to move those knees a little bit further up onto the arms, and then you slowly want to come up. Now, before you start to lift those feet off, all you want to do is make sure you're breathing. And see if you can lift one leg off. Good, come all the way back down. Nice work. Now that's kind of an advanced pose, but it's a fun way to show you how yoga can progress from a simple little pose or stretch like this to a full-on balance. Very cool. Nice job. So let's do daydream today. This week we're at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So I want you to imagine today your very favorite bird. It could be a blue jay, it could be a crane, it could be any kind of bird that you like. So once you think about that in your mind, don't tell anybody else. This is just your daydream. So think about the color of the bird, think about what season the bird flies in. Does it have to stay in warm weather? Can it be in cooler weather? So I want you to keep that bird in your mind and then start at the base of the feet and make those toes super tight, tight, tight. Good, and then release them. Move up to the calf muscles, make them tight, tight, tight. And release them. Move up to the quadricep and the hamstrings, make them tight. Think about all those muscles. And relax. Move up to the sit bones and into your stomach, make them tight, tight, tight. Good, move out through the shoulders and into your arms, even into your fists. And release, nice job. Now as you can feel those muscles relax, allow them to feel kind of heavy, but now think about that bird and think about it flying, think about where it flies. Does it stay close to the ground? Does it go really high? Daydream about your very favorite kind of bird today. If your mind starts to wander, bring it back to the details. Think about the feathers on the bird, or think about where it's flying. Think about if it's a windy day. Think about if it's cloudy. Create all these things in your mind. This becomes your daydream. One more minute. Keep your mind focused on all the details of that bird flying in the sky. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and move your head side to side. Open your eyes. Nice job. Let's take a breath all the way up to 10. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reach tall. Give your back lots of room to stretch. 9, 10. And exhale back down. Nice job. Remember, daydream teaches us how to be able to focus. So even if it's with a math, time for math at school, you're focusing on the book and what's on the board and the pencil in your hand and all of the details that help you to be able to focus on the subject you're studying. So being able to become good at daydream pose is an important skill to doing well in school. You can do it anytime you want. Join us next week for YogaMeDo, and remember to get cranberries in your diet this week.